My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Blueprints. Since the end of the last episode, I've taken an opportunity to go back and have a look at all of my notes and see what kinds of things I might not have inspected as much as I need to, or what things I now understand in a more thorough light. So, from this, I gleaned basically one thing, and that is in the will left to us by Herbert Sinclair. He specifically mentions the natural order of things, and that is in bold text on the final area. And I also believe I've seen the text, the natural order of things, in another area as well, in the same way as I saw the text, a timely manner, written somewhere, and it's also written in the will. So the natural order of things, I think here, is referring to the order of the angels, because we have the order of the angels from the chapel in here, wherein, Rinna is first, and then Lydia, and then Joya, and then it goes down the rest of the list of the angels. However, there is a mention in a note from Randolph Moore that near the end of his life, so possibly relating to his last will, Herbert preferred the natural order of the angels. So I think in the will, he is using the natural order of the angels, because Randolph also says that he says that Herbert refers the natural order of the angels after saying that Rinna is the third angel, the third paragon. So then, cross-referencing this by the will, Herbert mentions all of the angels, and he puts Rinna third, which means that there is the natural order written in the will, which is Arinda first, Lydia, Rinna, Joya, Dowager, Vea, Mila, and then Draxus at the end. Draxus obviously at the end, being related to the number 8 and death and the unknown. All this to say, the only opportunity I have had to input an order of angels as an answer to something was in the tombs. So I want to spawn the tombs as soon as I possibly can. I want to go down there, and then I want to try and hit them in that order. I've also gone and taken the step of writing that list down in terms of the objects the angels are holding, so I know which ones to hit, which is scepter, riding crop, a hoe, a peel, a pitchfork, a chimney brush, a broom, and then a scythe for Draxus. All right, so in order to support the possibility of doing that, let's try and get our study so that I can head outside and do all the stuff that I like to do outside. I really only need the study, right? It's that and then I get the reroll. I could hallway closet here. I will. 2 keys! What? How dare you? Absolute betrayal of that room. I mean, I do need keys, but good lord. I want observatory badly, but study literally is the thing that I was just asking for like a couple seconds ago. You remember when I said that? Yeah, I still think that. So let's head out of the study and go and get our tomb. So in terms of the rest of our meta progress that I'm tracking, I've got 3 entries at the moment. Number 1, progress the Spiral of Stars. Number 2, use the monk again. And number 3, tomb natural order. So let's go with tomb natural order first. Boom. So I am looking to hit the scepter first, which I believe is the one that we hit last time at the very end. There we are. So this is the one that when you hit it, it actually opens the down, which the down has Draxus down there as well. So that'll be the 8th one that I have to hit, which, yeah, hitting this first and then Draxus 8th is extremely unlikely to be randomly happened upon, which is why I think even more likely it is the actual solution. Scepter, riding crop. That's riding crop. Then the hoe. For Rinna. And then Joya has the peel or spatula. Rinna. There you are. Then I'm looking for the pitchfork. Sweet brush afterwards, which is the chimney sweet brush. Before broom, chimney sweet brush. Before broom. Nothing happened yet. Cool. And then the final one is the scythe. I was always wondering why this one also had an actuating arm. Yep. It stopped me from moving as soon as I clicked that, which told me I was right. Hello, Draxus. Good to see your stained glass portrait here. 2 new books for us. Oh. Oh, these are the original copies that were left to us in the will. The original. So I was looking at the will and it said that Herbert has left for us the original copies of the manuscripts for the books that became The Red Prince and A New Clue. And I was like, wait, did you? I thought I had to buy those from, and I wasn't even getting the manuscript. I was getting the final version when I was buying them from the bookshop. That doesn't seem right. But it looks like he left them here. New books, hell yes. Obviously, gotta start with the screenshots. Once, crossed out once, there was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for everything, crossed out all things, red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. Interesting. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And then this is listing, so a canary being Ark-Ares, crow being Orinda, swan, so Moragi, white swan, canary yellow, I guess, Ark-Ares, crow. So the color of the birds is encoding for the nation. He never looked up for his for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. And the sky is underlined here. He didn't see the birds or the changing of the leaves, and he never saw the sights of life's many symphonies. Nothing unique on this page as far as I can see. He couldn't see beyond the red shade he was aware. He never caught a glimpse of the world I had to share. The world I had to share. So you have to assume the character being ignored here is the stand-in for Mary. She's holding a bird, which unfortunately it's in black and white, but I can only imagine that to be a blue bird of some kind. And next to you is the image of one of the planets in the night sky. I also sorted out all of my clues into different areas. So I've got blue tent clues, book clues, deed clues, letter clues, other documents. You need a dump file somewhere. Postcards, room decor, treasure trove, and will. So I'm looking in room decor for the moons as they were, sorry, the planets as they were mentioned. On the wall of the geography classroom, there is a list of the planets, or rather there is a outer circle of the planets. Dowager is the one with a ring around it. So why is it important that this page is encoding the word Dowager? But one day, the prince saw something new, and if you look closely, you might see it too. You see a blue butterfly? The sky is parted, and the clouds withdrew. The prince had a new favorite color. The color blue. Interesting. Okay, so can I compare this against my previous... Let's pull up... This is going to make it so much faster. I'm sorry I didn't do this earlier. Okay, so... Comparing this to the other one... I mean, he's holding the scepter and the stone in this? So maybe... No, this can't be a hint at you needing the scepter and the stone, right? Because this is already hidden... Oh, it's not necessarily hidden behind that. Yeah, because you can get the will just by completing the sigils. And the sigils don't necessarily need you to have completed the ascension of the throne of the blueprints. So this could still easily just be a clue towards the ascending of the throne. Prince had a love for all things blue versus for everything red. It's the only true color, the prince often said, versus in my humble view. Interesting. Is view one of the words in the family core? Maybe it's a substitution. No, it's not. Couldn't stand the tint of a hallway or a shop. He couldn't stand the shade of the trees the green rooms brought. He couldn't stand the tint of a hallway or a shop. So the hallway would be orange. Why is it important? This is effectively in reverse giving a code to the previous one, which is to say that he couldn't stand the tint of a hallway or a shop. He couldn't stand the shade of the trees the green rooms brought. Do I have my color theory here nearby at hand, please? Because that is, again, a series of nations. It is... That one's... I have two places in my book where I'm transcribing for this, and one of them only has half the information. So this is hallway. Hallway would be orange, so Costa Rica. Or a shop. So shop, again, is Arcaris, yellow. So Arcaris is implicated in both of these books. He couldn't stand the shade of the trees the green rooms brought, so nuance rooms brought. I'm not certain what's really being given to us there. He seldom talked to others, for they rarely shared his view. He never went to town nor saw the flags they flew. He never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. Maybe I should be comparing this to the final copy of the blueprints rather than the actual manuscript of the blueprints, which we found as well. He didn't see the birds or the changing of the leaves. He never saw the sight of life's many symphonies. Okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna find my other copy of the book to compare this against, which I'm only now realizing I do not have a copy of. Oh, you dastardly dastard. Alright, I'm gonna draft the Master's Chambers so that I can actually check that. Is there anything else I can glean by these while I'm looking at them right now? This underline, this is strange. This feels like Herbert's hand. It feels like a kind of flourish that Herbert does a lot. Why this page is encoding for Dowager, I couldn't possibly tell you. Interesting. Next book. A new clue. Cook, maid, yes, I know. How many memos should be visible? Route instead? Platform mate? Route? All he needed was to find a new clue. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you. For you are looking for a new clue too. For clues come together like a pair of new shoes being struck out there. Clues come together like a pair of new shoes. Suspect list needed. We'll add in final in illustration. So that's, yeah, the suspect is missing from that. Depart rather than departures. Cool. He had retraced his sketches and studied the files, rewritten his theory, and gone through the piles of the evidence shown to God only known? Nobody known is the replacement there. Oh, interesting. Medium gate we see written in the step between Bon Markle there as well. Dead herrings, dead cases, so dead ends. Dead herrings. Herring ends. Double check with Kirk about documents is written down in the border as well. So that's probably about Kirk placing the documents that make the corner case thing relevant. He had looked high and low in all of the rooms, had searched every corner in all of the tombs, for in this case he had checked every space. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Note to publisher, insert small case numbers barely visible between the marked words above, and those are written there appropriately. Every space circled. We've got a little bit more information about the castle, the 3x6 grid of letters here as well, showing that yes, it was trying to demonstrate those on this page. S-O-O-T. So yeah, just a way to find a little bit more of it. Swap the king with the rook, it says. Yep. It's... that's actually both what happens in the book for the illustration, but also what you are supposed to do. Interesting. Checked every space. Interesting. He looked and he looked under beds and in nooks. Too obvious, question mark. In nooks. Replace fork with something connected to 10. Let's have a look at, because I do actually have copies of the book final for this. Replace fork with something connected to 10. So this page is encoding for the number 10. Because of the apple, the orange, and the banana that are there. So there's a number on every page as well. What is the number on this page? Maybe 1 from the Orinda. Medium gate couldn't possibly tell you what's a number from that. 8 obviously is on here as well, but He looked and he looked under beds, and the beds has an X under it as well. And in nooks. He questioned the maids, he questioned the cooks. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were only found in books. Okay. Interestingly, so here we have so, and then it's scribbled out, and then it wrote and. However, the final book has the word so there. And tome after tome that the library loaned and the books that he had that he already owned were searched from their covers all the way through. If you found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Was searched from their colors as well, then randomly encoded, randomly written under as well. Kaku 2 as well is written. Oh, that's fun. It shows the anti-rotation on the second Kaku clock. Yeah, showing the anti-rotation that gets you to the solution for the Court of Ares. Yeah, I was wondering about this, denoted in verse. He changed all the letters in the lines that he found. Lines as in ranks or lines as in spines. So that's draft the sixes becoming shifted extras, becoming the fixed stars. Lines as in ranks. So ranks. So that's writing gates instead of gates. That makes sense. If we count small gates, 8 dates, crack, 8 safes. So right and right are not from that one. He checked all the colors for each key that they wound, a nod to my uncle's parlor game. However, in the actual, he checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He checked all the colors for each key that he wound. And doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting as my mother used to call me. So this is Lady Clara calling Mary instead. Or Christmas, possibly. And found that the diction of each word was sound, unending homophones. We've also got remove denoted in verse. And it looks like denoted in verse also has the same things from draft the sixes, which is to say, it looks like it's an anagram of something. Denoted in verse. What books do I even have that could line up with that? It's not going to be the Sightseer's Guide. So the other books are... Let's head back to my clues about a new clue. The other books referenced here are Red Prince, Rune and Realm, A New Clue, and The Fixed Stars. So what other books do I have access to that are not listed? It looks like D is near the start of it as well. The Curse of Blackbridge? No. I mean, It's obviously not Rune Realm. It's not going to be the lady's diary. Oh, I don't know. I don't... Gardener's logbook? Nope, it's not Gardener's logbook. History of Arindia, that as well. I think I need to run this by the library. Just refresh my list of all of the books. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. Oh, interesting. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans and measured the gaps. And if his directory was a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. It lists where the entrance hall is. Also, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces in until the rogue moon appears, rather than actually projecting out further. From what I was told, I believe Margle's directory, so that's Bon Margle, the detective from the Red Guard, rather, is currently 22 rooms short of completion. No cause of concern yet, as Uncle has thankfully removed Pump Room from the draft pool. A man obsessed, and Koku too, they would say as he would wander through, the best medicine is not yet evident. When he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Rather, the best medicine is not yet evidence. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Show the entire route, yeah. Seen all the signs, one per page. And having read this over so many times, having scoured each of the lines, have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? And the signs are here. Yeah, a lot of this seems like things that we already know. Like, it's making clear things that we understand. Or is there perhaps something due? Something overlooked but now in view, and it's pointing towards the script behind multiple different memos. Have you really found it? Can it really be true? If it's a new clue, you'd know what to do. Remove sign from this final illustration. This is the repetition of the previous illustration. The suspect is minor. Suspect is major. Handwritten. The suspect is A ____ key. Excuse me? 5 letters? The suspect is... And it's handwritten, so that's... What's his name? Remind Randolph to set this up before we leave. See, I think this is for giving us the ability to read Bo Lee's entries in the grotto, but we already read those. That's all of it. Something overlooked, now in view. Oh, right. It's because Bon Margle is covering exactly the suspect is minor, the suspect is major, the suspect is minor when standing in that image at the start. Annoyingly, I don't think that actually gives me anything to work with. Like, four clues come together like a pair of new shoes. Suspect list needed. I mean, at least, yeah, it's a suspect list for that. Too much overlap with the clue given in the secret passage. We already saw the words from the secret passage previously. Nice fork with something connected to 10. 10 Tanner fork. Oh, right, yeah, because we're, right. We used Tanner fork to then encode for 10, but you could have looked at 10 or Tanner fork. He looked and he looked under beds, and there's an X under beds. I don't think I've ever found anything under beds, and in nooks. Have I... Is that a new clue in the nook? And so being replaced with one another. Denoted in verse, knowing that that is an anagram for something could be important. All right. I think it's about time that I leave. It's also worth noting that the surrounding of this here, those little stars, that's a familiar pattern that we've seen many, many times before. I'm starting to feel like it's more and more likely to be completely, definitely relevant to something. And then Draxus the 8th. I mean... So that's down now, I guess? Does that give me any benefit that it's down now? What does that help us with? I suspect nothing. But that was being pushed at by... Huh? Why are these out now? You should be constantly lit, because I lit both of those and then it revealed this. Oh, also, totally forgot that there's dye here that I can pick up. Actually, there might also be a little bit more money. Or another item. No another item. But there's a dig pile if I need it. The letter that I still don't have all of the appropriate words to be able to completely translate. I'm going to take Lady Araj's diary key because I can, and if I need to, I can trade it. Maybe at a trading post. Possibly. Okay, so the flower doesn't spawn here forever. It's just the day after you rest in the bunk bed. Got it. Okay, then the rest of this is just time to skedaddle. I mean, that was interesting. It feels like it's mostly giving me additional points towards clues that we already have solved. Except for that denoted inverse thing. Obviously got to get a laboratory earlier on than later, better off. Each time you draft an upgraded floor plan, add a small chest to the hall, please. Not incredible, but it will just keep us chunking along with additional resources for a period of time. Man, I like dining room, but I can't take a dead end here. I don't want to take a dead end here as well. Although I will say all our dead ends are going to spread money into the conference room at this point. Ooh. You don't turn down the mail room. Pardon, had to mute. Deliverable, sinker. Nothing else I need to see here. Cool, cool, cool. Electric eel aquarium, unfortunately pointing in the wrong direction. Hallway, pointing in all the right directions. Thank you kindly. Also is another upgraded room. Love to see it. Boudoir, bedroom. Bedroom. Like, I want to look under the bed, but how do I look under the bed? It said look under the beds, but also there was an X there, so maybe it's X marks the spots. Maybe you need to dig under a bed? Maybe. I'll grab a key and waddle away. Library, coat check, and vaults. I definitely don't want to terminate my line here if I can avoid it. Vault is a bunch of money, but I don't really need that money. Emerald bracelet is good. I want library, but library will come back around as well. Emerald bracelet, however, gives me a huge amount of control over where I go. I'll yoink that money. Nice to see those two there. Obviously, I'm waiting for a shop. Pool hall? Sure. Upgraded room, leads in the right direction. Possibility of giving us keys, but also possibility of giving us 112. 20, 30, 5 is 30 minus 5 twice, 20. Yeah, how does this go? So 6 plus 6, or is it 6 rounded to the nearest 10 makes 10, plus 6 rounded to the nearest 10 makes 10, 20. Okay, it's not that. So is it then 6 plus 6? Like, are the modifiers happening first before the outside? So it's 6 plus 6, 10. Round to the nearest. Interesting. Grab the secret garden key. I mean, if the library was pointing in the right direction, I'd take it, but pantry is pretty much exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for as well. Point in the right direction. I do want to spawn Nook also. Is there something new in Nook that I have not previously really given the appropriate attention to? I don't think so. I'm now just clicking on things. I almost never look directly up. Sun Tzu was right. Gotta be honest, if there is a new thing in the Nook being referred to there, I don't know what it could possibly be. The paneling on the back wall in the Nook kind of reminds me of the Spiral of Stars that was depicted in the parlor game. I mean, music room, thank you, because you show me the denoted in verse. This one. White pages lined with melodies do hide the words we've come to seek. From our choice among these, we write down one that seems to be the loudest type with ink that bleeds. Find here within these first words sung the key you seek in major tongue. So first name tongue. But half the sheets are missing from the four you hold, the rest far flung. A half note held is quite the pun. Among the scattered symphony, a message hidden beneath the keys. So the keys are over here. On the left, in bold words sung by you and me, a fractured note, an urgent plea. I wonder if this might be hiding a second secret that I'm supposed to learn now. Like, deeper digging on that. Library and or nursery chapel. I'll take the library, because I do have enough rerolls to be guaranteed that I'll find something else that's worthwhile. Okay, so do any of these change their name to become denoted in verse? No. Not even slightly. Where can I find other books then, maybe? I haven't looked at Swimbird in a while. Hmm. Hmm. That all seems in order. Can't ever seem to pass up room 46, yeah. If I have it draftable, it's because I want to draft it, I guess. I paid the most on Observatory. Makes sense, I want it pretty bad. Maybe one day I'll use the tunnel. That's the Ilex from the book. My final exam grade was pretty bad. My erosion apparently quite poor. I think maybe I also need to go through my erosion. Oh boy, gonna have to redraw here. I think I should also have to go through my erosion stuff so that I can look at what I can learn from my test. Because I think Ra is a modifier for very, but I think that's like the only thing I can really learn from that on cursory inspection without actually checking to see which are right and which are wrong. Mount Holly Gift Shop, I'm going to take you just because I truly don't believe there's anything new in here, but if there would be, it'd probably be after I finished all the sigils. Yeah, there's not. Cool. And also because this leads in the right direction, I really want to go in the right direction. Can I? Oh, that'd be interesting if I could look in there and see some clue or something like that. Merry Christmas. Yeah. Any of these unique in a way that I'm not familiar with? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, cool. Oh, we are on a boundary. I'll take this opportunity to make the secret garden so that it leads in as many directions as possible. I still haven't even gotten a single observatory. Wild. Obviously, I can't use the shrine to get the monk this run. Courtesy of having a tomb out there already. How many dead ends have I got drafted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll take veranda. If I'm already drafting green rooms, why not? Sadly, it doesn't actually have an item in it. Almost always does. I'm not going to go for the drafting dead end sweepstakes here. Navigational compass and a gem. Thank you kindly. Silver key, prism key. Oh, that's funny. Every time I flop back to the prism key, it changes what it's going to generate on the other side. Let's get it to generate a green. Courtyard with all the right directions, as well as being an upgraded room is obviously lovely. There we go. We've got our sledgehammer, so now I can bash off all these locks. What rooms do I really want to summon? Chamber of Mirrors for adding additional observatories again. obviously observatories and planetariums. Master bedroom would be nice for a copy of Red Prince that I can read. Secret passage as well, a small dead end room. I want to draft that outside. I also still want to draft foyer outside as well. I don't think Great Hall will do anything though. Have I tried to draft terrace outside? I don't remember. Cloister, secret garden, flanked by a variety of Moragi fruit trees. Making sure none of those are especially relevant still. Stone era in the second, stone chamber in the second era predates almost every other room in the House Directory and may in fact be an authentic floor plan from one of the lost strongholds of Ares. It'd be, you know, evil of them to hide things in the bookcase, the bookshop, because you're unlikely to want to go back to it. It's pretty rare to actually meet the conditions to be able to spawn it appropriately. Oh, can reveal up to 8 different rooms. A lot of these are actually hinting at things that I probably should have known. Probably should have actually read the flavor text of a lot of these. Turns out the oft-rumored treasure of Mount Holly was more than just a rumor. Enthroned anew in the 6th era of Nevmora, and exalted beneath the blue banners of House Holly. Trying to get somewhere whether it's allowed. Through selective propagation. Oh, the gardener here may influence which flora or flora, as in floor plans. Got it. I thought it was I thought it was a hint rather than a pun, but it turns out it's a pun. There's always been a history of things disappearing. Some might resurface. Close exhibit of Fenares. Sure. True Sinclair legacy lies here, resting underneath the stones, a parade of distant relations and forgotten ancestors. Alright. There's not that many rooms that I really feel obliged to interrogate again, that feel like they are definitely going to give me something worth said interrogation. Give boudoir. I mean, I don't want to take ballroom, obviously. It'd take away all of my gems. Sure, spare bedroom. I've so far not progressed the Spiral of Stars almost at all. Armory. I still have the knight. I mean, it's good for getting a star, I guess. Let's say Kennel, so I can visit Drawbridge, Carter, Hot Sauce. Oh, we're on the right line. Perfect. I'll get a reminder. And Thoughtless. How did I forget Thoughtless? The perfect name for a dog. Silver key. Opening main directions. Chamber of Mirrors, I want it, but I don't want it there. Pretty hard for me to easily just access all the different directions with that. Oh, commissary. Weight room. Weight room will take half of my steps, but I can just go back to the dining room and solve that immediately if I wanted to. Obviously, it also gets us the lower entrance to the antechamber, which gets us the ability to go to the other side of the antechamber as well. Yeah. I think I should go into room 46 today as well, courtesy of the fact that I... should I even try and draft down there, maybe? Sure. Alright, Observatory, what do you got for me? Spiral of Stars? Then lose 3? 3 what? Gloves key, Diamondus Major, thank you. Then lose 3 steps? Big stars. Anytime I see a book, basically, I need to be suspect of whether or not it is a anagram for the denoted test our lockpicking skill. Really? Come on, you're supposed to open about half of these at least. Still got a chance to. Perfect. Half of them exactly. Hoi. Did that one wrong. I've already flipped that in the secret garden. Gallery or office? Again, office leads in a good direction for us. I'm gonna take Armory. Because I really do like having Morningstar. I'm gonna see if I can use the self-igniting torch in the tomb again, now that those things are no longer lit. Kinda want foyer, but I kinda want something a little more open than foyer. Chapel. I could use kitchen to solve all of my food problems right now, but I'm looking for something ideally that gives me the ability to go down and across. Sure. We'll block the negative impact of the archives. I still feel like there's gotta be more in this room that hasn't been revealed yet. Alright, let's head over to the secret garden now. Sure, chapel leads in the right directions. Yeah, see, these ones are still lit. The ones in the downstairs, they went off for some reason, which I don't think they're supposed to do. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, wow. I just get there in time. Although, thankfully, it takes us through the main hall, so I can actually pop open all of these chests. Ah, the beauty. If I get even one unique item out of these, I'll be over the moon about it. 3 gems, 4 gems, another 3 gems, bit of money. Yeah, I don't really consider the silver key to be a unique item. I do consider the car keys to be a unique item, because they often give you a unique item as well, but I don't have the garage, and I literally can't draft it anymore. Damn. Oh, here's all the fruit. Thread from the secret garden, of course. And a wood-fired pizza gives us another 70 steps, and we are back on track. Something that still concerns me is the fact that there is in the shelter, a room that I almost never draft. So it's one of the outside rooms. There is a ability to run a radiation test. And I've still never figured out what at all that's related to. And that feels like it's probably pretty important. More items, more Spiral of Stars progression, please. That's what we're aiming for. Wine cellar, office, closed exhibits. Closed exhibit leads in the right directions, but only to rooms that I'm already capable of drafting anyway. Showroom? It's an opportunity to get the moon pendant to take additional items to the next day at least. Also, chronograph gives us more rooms that we can, more things that we can use to set up rooms. Ornate compass so that I can rotate things. Sure, I'll take them. Silver spoon obviously not needed here though. Tunnel, closing exhibit, casino. I certainly don't dislike Clock Tower. Additional keys on the next day can be very important. Finally, we've got ourselves a shovel. Which I could go around digging up a bunch of stuff at the moment if I really wanted to. But I suspect that to have relatively minimal impact. Let's drop north of the archives. Office, heading into the right room. Gives me the ability to spread money around the estate. 100% not necessary. Give me an upgraded room if you're gonna have to put something here that I don't really care about. Do I just take planetarium when it's offered? I think so. Nothing of interest was buried here, unfortunately, but we do have a planetarium to end our day in. Vault. Corridor and laundry room. It's observatory, but it's leading in the wrong direction, but I think I have to take it. I can find a way to get things leading in the right direction otherwise. Give me my observatories, please. Three steps, then lose 3 steps. How dare you? Out through Great Hall will serve us now. Oh. As much as I would love Attic, East Wing Hall leads in the exact directions that I care about. Again, I really care about Attic because it's many, many more items. Let me smash you. Let me break you. Anything that goes straight ahead will be drafted here. Corridor. Certainly counts. Let me break you. There's going to be like a single... There we go, yeah. Single coin on the ground and not going to care about it at all. East Wing Hall leads in the right directions to fulfill, but I think I care more about an attic than the rest of these spaces. For the possibility of getting an item that matters in the spyglass. I really need to get another one so that I can just lock it away. Maybe I should try forcing her ladyship's chamber. Obviously, I can only do that on the left-hand side of the house, and obviously I have to be drafting it facing down, but it would give me the ability to possibly get more information from that room, a room that I don't often go to. Actually, you know what I've never tried? Let's try and tunnel out of the house. It says it allows you to ignore floor plans, right? Well, let me ignore the floor plan of the entire house by drafting a tunnel into, ideally, another tunnel. And if I can get another tunnel at the end of those tunnels, oh boy. So this is not going to be the one that tells, obviously. Tunnel. If there's a door, there is not a door. Oh, there's not a door, but there is a Morajai puzzle. Fun. I mean, sure, I'll take some... I'll take some allowance. So, these will rotate all the spaces around them. Oranges become the become whatever they have most adjacency with. So I can effectively just mill out some oranges there. Hell, I can just turn all of them orange. Sorry, all... Wait, you don't need them to be orange, you need them to be... Right, sorry, you don't need them to be pink, you need them to be orange for Kororika. Got it, got it. So I want to maintain as many of them as possible. That'll do it. A wee bit more allowance, but... Sadly, that's it. I mean, it's nice to get more allowance, but... I'm really looking for breads to pull, buddy. Please. Please. Let's go head through the foundation to go and open room 46. Head into room 46 as well. It doesn't feel so far like anything has changed from us having the 8 sigils. Something has to have. The numbers that changed the world. The numbers that built the worlds of yesterday. That's unfortunately not going to be the book that translates its title into denoted verse. All right, we're back. Woo! Open the room to the north. I'm gonna very quickly just go and take a single image of all of the sigils, just in case I need to refer back to these solutions to compound upon. I think in between episodes I might even use this to fill out a page of my book with just all of the different qualities of all of the different areas, now that I am certain that I have them. And then our final over in Vera. Perfect. Back above turf to see if anything is relevant to the room 46 at the moment. Again, it really does feel like something could easily be hidden in this walkway. because it's such a long walkway that you just get lulled into a sense of, oh, there can't be anything here. It's all self-similar. I may as well leave already. Which is exactly the kind of feeling they're trying to exploit. Denoted in verse. Oh, still can't figure that out yet. Sure, I'll use the silver key here, why not? And unfortunately, that's all they wrote for the possibility of getting the telescope this run. They can still, of course, end the day in the... Yoink. It appears nothing has changed in this room at all. And it looks like I also need to re-input the pattern every single time I want to actually engage with this. I was really hoping that these would have lit up. Maybe the fire would open into a little dumbwaiter that we could travel down or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Why is it important that the books are encoding for nations with birds? Well, the Sacred Circle mentions a bunch of birds. Let's pull up the Sacred Circle text. Sacred Circle, of course, being the text at the very top of the clock tower that I've been puzzling over for a very long period of time. Southward, I see a swan. Ashen like the sands of the shore. So the white sands of the shore. Which is, what, Morajai? Carried by westwardly winds. Rogue like the moon of the north. Which is an in eclipse. Eastward, I see a crow. Dark are the days coming forth. The crow obviously referring to Horus. I still don't really understand that clue, to be frank. So, with the rest of this run, I wanted to both rest in the planetarium. Did I have another thing I wanted to... Yeah, I should absolutely code check something. Yeah, I can't get the monk out at the moment. So I do think the best that I can do here is code check and advance the planetarium. A lot of spots to dig up, but if they even do have a chance of giving me the spyglass, it's like basically nothing. of giant fruit trees. Oh, coat check's literally at the end of the other hall. Got it. Oh, only 2 more dead ends? I'm surprised by that. All right, buddy. I mean, it's going to be the Emerald Bracelet, but there is an argument to make that I need to not rest in a blue room, despite the fact that I am about to do that, because otherwise I'm going to keep the scepter. But I also do kind of like having the scepter at the moment, because it's giving me the additional blue rooms. The additional blue rooms giving me the ability to progress the Spiral of Stars at a rate of at least 2 every episode. Ideally, I get it to 4 every episode. That's what I want. Just having the spyglass would get us there. We'll be calling it a day here. Gaining another 2 stars for having done so. The Mount Holly Garden Shopping Center. We use the tunnel to tunnel off the map, gaining another Morajai box, which contained 2 new allowance for us. Getting even closer to 100 allowance. We found the original manuscripts for New Clue and the Red Prince. Each of them seeming to mostly clarify hints that were hidden in their original book. There are some new interpretations in there, especially the denoted in verse. We also, obviously, completed the natural order of the tomb. From the will. Is there another thing encoded in that will similar to the natural order? Like, because a lot of it is bolded. I say a lot of it is bolded. The natural order of things is literally the only bolded one. I hope that in due time and with the natural order of things, you will come to be content as I have with what little of herself she left us. Not necessarily more bold text in there, unfortunately. The preliminary draft copies include Red Prince, which she wrote while visiting the estate during the brightest of her days, and a New Clue, which she penned here during her darkest. Oh, what room are you... What's the background here checking into at the moment? Excuse me? Looks like it's fading into maybe the tomb? Interesting. I don't think there's especially anything new to glean from that, though. I'm gonna save and continue my 100th day. Woo! I tell you that my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Blueprints. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game past, present, future. YouTube recommendation down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generally supporting the public on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. At or above the thank day and a special thanks this episode to Disney. Hopefully you'll all be enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you all next time.